You know what's something that I don't really get, bro? Check this out. Like when it comes to women with their sons, people are a lot more lenient with the things that they'll allow a woman to kind of get away with, or get wrong, I should say. Because we all know women can't raise a man the same way a man can't raise no young woman. It's impossible. It can't happen. There's no way to do it. And I mean, we're just instilling in them some of the necessary things as a parent that they're not going to be able to get anywhere else. Only a man and only a woman can do certain jobs with their children, with other people, in that kind of sense. So we got to normalize telling women sometime, you cannot, this is still a man that you're attempting to groom and blossom, right? You might not know all of what comes with a man. Why our minds work the way they do. Why we're tempered the way we are. The same way men would never fully understand women. It doesn't matter if it's your child or not. There's going to be things that you just don't know, don't get, can't comprehend. It's not meant for you to comprehend. It's meant for your counterpart to be there. And that's when they take over. But a lot of the broken homes, we don't have that dynamic. But anyway, I'm saying that to say sometime y'all need to let y'all sons walk they walk, man. You try to dictate too much from a female mind. And I don't even want to get to, because it's not to disrespect women when I'm saying that. You guys are powerful, intelligent, very resilient creatures, right? Very resilient you can be. But to different kinds of things in different ways, we're just different. So sometime a young man might know or might have a gut feeling that he needs to go this way as a man. That's that older, higher self man talking to him. You don't know about that though, and you questioning that. Are you trying to talk him out of that? Or you're not helping that. You're hurting that process. And that's kind of what I mean when the mind of a man begins to work, you gotta let it work, especially if you feel confident in the way you've been raising this young man. Sometimes you gotta let him walk his walk. And if he get burned in the process, let him learn. Let him learn. Of course, you don't just throw him to the fucking wolves. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes as men, that's how we need to be given the freedom and the ability to go out and make a mistake. Because that's what the world is. We have to go out and make mistakes to be able to handle that mistake, to know how to make it right. So when we come into these situations again, we know how to handle them. We need to know how to conduct ourselves as a man. I need to be able to think as a man in times where it requires me to think as a man. I don't need my mother's mindset creeping in. You get where I'm going? The young men don't need that. When it's fight or flight, he's used to seeing you. He's used to getting your advice. In stressful situations, he's used to having the emotional response as a woman. That's what we don't need, and that's just what I'm saying. Sometimes we got to tell women where they're hurting these young boys at. And I've been a young boy, I know. And my mom is she's a great individual. I'm not, but I know there's certain things she just don't know. She's a woman. To this day, there's certain things I say to her, she just don't get it because she's not meant to. She's not wired that way. Same way I'm not wired to get the women in the way why their minds are that. We can get things that we can get to a degree. You know what I mean? But there's just some shit, it will always be beyond us. Always. Men have never fully understood women. But women have also never understood men, but it's not talked about as much. Primarily because we're not that difficult to figure out, really. You know what I mean? Men say that, and it be the truth. And women, y'all call us simple. And when I say simple, I mean y'all call us stupid. Y'all like to say y'all smarter than and all that kind of. So I mean, can't be that much going on. You know what I'm saying? It can't be that much going on with us in our heads and all that kind of. We're simple creatures. Y'all know what we're gonna say before we say it, right? So there's not that much to figure out with us, is all I'm saying. With y'all, we never know, but we're not supposed to. We're supposed to know how to deal with y'all. You know what I mean? And when I say deal with, again, don't take that the wrong way. I mean, we're supposed to know how to deal with your emotions, or cater to, or work with. You know what I mean? Because I don't want anything to come off as negative. That's not the point of this, and that's not where I'm coming from with this. I really just want to just highlight the fact that obviously we do have a little bit of differences. We think a little bit differently. Our emotions are governed a little bit differently. We're more logic, y'all more emotion. There's nothing wrong with that. There's always a time and place, and there's a balance within between the two. But young men don't find their balance. It's too feminine. And there's no masculine correction, no positive, authoritative masculine correction, safe masculine correction, non-toxic masculine correction, because that's even the thing. It's toxic masculinity. I don't like, what is that? What's toxic femininity? Why don't we hear that? You see what I mean? Like, because I'm not going to say there's not assholes out here, but again, apples and oranges. You can pick that with any group, with any attitude, with any. You'll always be able to find the shortcomings and the flaws of any social group. Men, women, age, culture-wise, you know what I mean? You'll always be able to pick something out. So, toxic masculinity, I don't know. That's just one of those things, if you ask me, to drive men away from not being toxic. I mean, you need not be toxic, but you know what I mean, not be masculine. But even that, you know, what is masculinity these days? The lines are blurred. But I will say this at the same time, too, while I'm on the subject, I do feel it very funny. Now, follow me on this one. I know when I was young, when I was a kid, like, most men, because I remember provide and protect, right? The male, the role male, provide and protect for the family. Bring the chicken home, bring the bacon home, keep food on the table, make sure they got clothes on their back. You keep the heat on, the water, you know what I'm saying, all that, right? Now, that's always why we've had to have a good job and that kind of stuff. One of the best ways to get a good job is education in America, right? That's what they say. So men would chase a good education to get a good job to provide a good life for his family. Women had to look nice. You know, have your stuff together, have some class. You know, be a feminine woman, know how to take care of a man, know how to take care of the kids, know how to take care of the house, look nice, take care of your body, all of that type of stuff. Different roles, equally fucking important, very important, very important. Because if the woman not on her game, you know, so it's not like the man more important than the woman, bro. We're not going to do that. Our jobs are just very different. If the man don't do what he do, the lights is turned off, you in a cold house, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. So fast forward to where we have women now in that position. They feel like they got to be the one keeping the lights on. They feel like they got to be the one, and it's not because of lack of men trying. So there's a certain demographic of women who know this, black and brown. But if you don't know, let me put you on. There was a choice that women were given around the civil rights time. The whole government assistance thing. And I've seen plenty of documentaries on this. So there's people who explain it better than me, but it's important to know our history and how we got here. Because even right after slavery, even during slavery and right after slavery, under Jim Crow and all of that kind of shit, when we were still under some of the heaviest oppression that we've ever been on, our community still stuck together. Black folks were still married through all the strife and the strife. We never left each other, bro. It wasn't until the 60s and shit started to come around, that civil rights era, where they introduced equality for women and rights for women. And what came with that? Government assistance. So now, a woman don't have to, why should she have to take her chance on a dude who's in this oppressive system that set up for him to not really get ahead when she can X him out the picture, go with the government and make sure that the needs are met? Now, that's one less thing to worry about, and that's a huge thing that you don't have to worry about. Because outside of the psychological warfare that was played on us, and our DNA is forever altered from slavery, and these are all facts, you can look all of this shit up. But what was done to the dynamic of the man and the woman, a lot was lost. And one of the biggest things was trust. It was hard for her to trust us as a protector after what happened to us. After what happened to our women and children. When the front line of protection you watch get taken advantage of in more ways than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, What hope do you have in that man who was supposed to protect you and he's defenseless? You feel like you got to protect him now. You feel like you got to move smarter to keep the whole family alive. You see where I'm going? This shit didn't leave. And that's what I be trying to tell people, man. This shit stays with us for generations. So when you see individuals buck up and get kind of crazy, respect that shit. You might not have done your history. You don't know who you are. You don't know what happened to us. But don't knock those of us that do and feel that pain. Don't do that shit. Because I bet you the people who be telling, who have something to say about radical type of attitudes or rebellious type of energy, I bet you they don't know half our real history. They don't know half our real fucking history. So that's why it's easy for them to brush it off, because they don't know what happened to them. I remember what the fuck happened to me. My great I remember what happened to all of them. I don't want to go down that path, but all I'm saying is when that shit started, that shit didn't end there. And we still dealing with the effects today. That's to why we have these masculine women feel like they have to provide and protect. It's not, at this point, it's not because they've been proven wrong. You didn't go through what the women of that generation went through when you watched it. Of course, you living with it, but we still had a chance to make it right. So y'all not giving it a chance no more. And that's what I mean, bro. So like, that hard shell that the women have, you're gonna hear a million different excuses from these women. And ultimately it's gonna come back to men. But my whole point with this is men, we still have to get up and provide every single day. Whether or not you put child support on them people and he gotta pay child support, he still have to provide. There's never a time where a woman is obligated to take care of the man. When is a woman coming to this world expected to go out and be the sole breadwinner for her, the man, and the children? Never. It's always been on us. So people keep trying to switch but what I'm getting at is women have the luxury of not providing because that's not your role. But when you want to provide and protect the family like the man, but you not fulfilling your role, where does that leave us now? Where is the nurturing come in at? So now, for the man, for the good man, who does what he needs to do, who takes care of the fam, who's gonna be his wife now? Because his wife want to be the husband. And he just want to do what he got to do. Take care of the fam. But now it's a competition. And don't let her have went to some university, got a degree. She feel like she got one up on him. But what do we do with that now? When she feel like she got one up on him, so she leaves him. But then finds out that she still needs a man. But because she wasn't satisfied with the last one, now all men are trash. And ain't no man on her level now. Because you got a degree. So these are the things that become problematic. And now you get to devaluing men. You're measuring their value on the worth of $1. Crazy shit. I'm not saying he shouldn't be able to provide, because he absolutely should. But there's far more than one component. Far more than one component. That's what I mean. Because y'all women to provide. Y'all, and when I say that, like, y'all be single and y'all take care of y'all kids. Yeah, some of y'all. Y'all hold down the fort all by yourself. But then there's a plethora of other shit that you get wrong. Like I said. Too soft with the men. You can't teach him how to be a man, and you don't know how. But you know you don't want him being one of the men that you resent so badly, so you just make a bitch out of him. That's as plain as it gets. The men who you felt like wasn't ish or dogged you out and all of this other kind of stuff, you don't even want him to have none of that in him, so you make him a bitch. Your daughter's the one who you make tough, who you send out into the world ready for anything. And if a dude does her wrong, she already know how to deal with that. So I'll be trying to figure out, like, how are so many women prepped to leave a man, or y'all get told, what not to do with a man, or what not to do for a man, or what not to fall for, what not to go for, but y'all never get taught what to do for a man. How to treat a man, what to look for in a man. How to treat that good man when you get him. Y'all ain't coached on shit like that. Y'all coached on the bullshit. So these are some of the things that I want to talk about too, man, is with the gender, bro, because, you know, we be jacked up, and too, a lot of dudes jacked up too. Y'all ain't, you know, it's not like the dudes is just perfect. But me being a man, obviously, I catch the short end of that stick. So I got things to say for both sides, because again, we both need work. The men ain't doing better than the women, and the women ain't doing better than the men, because we both in the same position, and that's fucked up out here. Until we come back as one and move how we move, again, don't nothing matter. You know what I'm saying? It won't matter if a certain demographic of man is doing better than a certain demographic of woman, or a certain demographic of woman is doing better than a certain demographic of men, because we're all fucked up, and the kids are fucked up. So fuck us. The kids are fucked up. All these broken homes. Kids, how does it not bother people that these kids don't know what it is to have mommy and daddy at home? Like, motherfuckers are so normal and okay with that. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I had one woman tell me, and if you see this and you know I'm talking about you, I'm not gonna out you, but ever since you said this, this shit scared the fuck out me, and it bothered me. I'm not gonna lie. She told me she got a little girl with a dude. I know both parents. I know both the parents. And basically, she told me she left that man for no reason other than she just didn't like him no more. Like, that was it. And I was like trying to wrap my head around what she was saying. I was even thinking there might be something that she don't want to get into, like her business. It was like, no, like, he's a great dad. He's a great guy. He provides. He blah, blah, blah. He does. I just didn't. So just fuck your daughter. Fuck your daughter. And her relationship with her father. You know how pissed off I would be if I got older and I asked my mama, why'd you leave? And she said, because I didn't like him. I'm like, what the fuck you had me for? How did I get here? Like, how do you have me, but you didn't like the nigga? What is wrong with our community, bro? This the type of shit that I'm talking about. So even that, and I'm seeing it. I've been seeing it for years now. Just like, y'all be single. I said this in one of my videos like 2 years ago, before the baby get here, bro. That's scary. And I'm not talking down on y'all. I'm not trying to make y'all feel bad about this shit, but I just don't see, one, how you could be so quick to bring a life into this world with an individual who now, after the baby's here, he ain't this, he ain't that, he whoop-de-woo, he whoop-de-woo. It take two, and you know these things, bro. You know these things just like we know these things. We know who we sticking shit into, bro. So that's what I mean. It's like, to a degree, we need to stop with the childish shit. It's childish. People are still children, and even that, just because you got a kid, don't make you no adult. Niggas be grown children with kids, and that's what I mean. That's what's scary, because you being petty with your significant other. Not worrying about what this kid going through, or what it's going to do to this kid, or what it's doing to you. Or maybe even what it's doing to the good dude that you left. You got him away from his child for no good reason. He probably wouldn't have had that baby with your ass if he knew you was going to do this shit and say you just didn't like him. And now I'm not pinpointing you specifically, shorty, but there's a lot of women with that same sentiment. They just leaving a nigga just because they don't like him no more. They feel like they can do better. He ain't doing it for him no more. But you had his child. Why? You didn't have to do that. You had a couple months to figure shit out. And that's what I be meaning. Y'all be so quick to, I would never terminate my baby, blah, blah, but you'll bring your child into a broken ass home and not give a fuck about how they feel about it. That's selfish, man. And again, we see where it's gotten us. Our women out here are fucked up. All kind of daddy issues and all this and this. Niggas fucked up. Again, over emotional, soft. Can't deal with rejection. Can't deal when a woman don't love them. And a lot of these niggas, just like that, women have daddy issues. Niggas have issues with their moms. Because they grew up with moms like that. We can't keep ignoring this shit, bro. And a lot of y'all young women had fucked up parents too, and you know what it did to you. When are we going to break this cycle? And that's why I just be, y'all chicks scare me, bro. And I'm not a nigga you can get on that. I don't take the bait. I don't take the bait, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I ain't about to be, nah, man. Nope. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no. Fuck no. But we got shit to get together. And even that, why you think I didn't really speak on fathers with their daughters? I don't know about that too much. I wasn't a little girl at a point in time, and I don't have a daughter now. So that's a dynamic I don't really know too much about. But I'm a man, so I know young boys, and I know young men, and I know men. I'm a young man with a mom. Well, I'm a man with a mom. You understand what I'm saying? I was a young man at a point in time. I was a boy. So that's what I'm saying. This shit, I know what the fuck going on in that department. The other department, that's not really my expertise, is as extensive. Because I do most of my speaking off of experience, bro. That's what I be trying to tell. I don't talk about shit that I don't really know for real, or I haven't seen, gone through, or currently in. Like, because I need to know what the fuck I'm talking about. And when I come to y'all, it's because I'm called to. Like, energy, source, ancestors, like, talk to their ass. Put this out there. You understand what I'm saying? Because look at my face, man. Do I look like I'm playing? Do I ever look like I'm playing? Hell no. Fuck. But I feel different about these kids, bro, and about the state of us. But again, I don't want to go. I always say I don't want to go too long. I know some people don't mind it, but some people got short attention spans and shit. They ain't going to watch a 20, 30, 40-minute video. So I'm going to wrap this up here. But I wanted to say this. This got to be a build. I'm going to build off this one some more because we got to have these type of talks. And we got to build more as men and women in our community, man, together on a positive, constructive level, even when it gets rough. So, fellas, we need to be able to say certain things to Shorty. Shorty, you need to be able to take it, and vice versa. Fellas, she need to be able to say some shit to you, and you can't act like no hoe about it. You can't get emotional about it. We supposed to leave that up to them to be all in their feelings like that. We supposed to be able to take that shit on the chin, process what was said, charge it to the motherfucking game, and move forward. Again, I can't talk about how they supposed to go through their shit. That's for them. Y'all do what y'all do. But I'm talking to the fellas. Stop acting like a hoe. Stop acting like a little girl, bro. Don't be afraid of rejection. Don't be afraid of getting told no. Don't be afraid to hear that you got shit to work on. All of these types of things, man. The fuck? So we can get better out this bitch. And be better for the next generation. What the fuck are we going to show them? Let me get up out of here, though, man. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Whole lot of love, whole lot of yeah, man.